What's going on, people? Welcome to the BV Sports Show. I am Joey, aka Tottenham Joe. To my left, in fact, before we even get into that, as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and share, of course, you know the vibes. To my left, we got Necosaurus, DB, Etihad's finest. You know the vibe already.
Ten Hag out.
To his left, we got another DB in the building. My brother DB.
Come on.
Mr. Man United himself.
I'm going to second the Ten Hag out stuff as well.
Ten Hag K. Saying.
I'm going to enjoy this one. Still. But yeah, man, them. First place to get into, of course, the Man United Arsenal game. Obviously, Arsenal winning 1-0. DB here, the special guest this evening. I'm going to look forward to this. I'm just going to get my popcorn out. Give us
Man's putting me under pressure still.
give us your thoughts on the game, my bro.
I think, to be honest, from Man United, from us, we got what was on the tin from the lineup. To be honest, I don't think anyone expected anything from the game. I don't know about you. I was expecting probably 3 or 4 when I saw the lineup.
Thanks.
But like I said to you off air. I think Arsenal. I feel like once Arsenal got their first goal, I just felt like the whole Old Trafford stigma of they've had such a bad record at Old Trafford that they were happy to get out of there with a win, and I don't blame them. At the end of the day, last 2 games of the season, you're in the title crunch time. Listen, whether you win 4-0, 5-0, 1-0, it doesn't really matter. Although goal difference could play a part, or could it still play a part? What are they on? How many points are they behind?
I swear that
3 goal difference.
3 goals, but I swear that 2
Goal
points.
difference.
So it's 2 points clear, isn't it?
So City and Arsenal would go level points if City drew against you lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so goal difference could still play a part. Listen, I think the main thing to get out of Old Trafford, just get out of there with a win. I think that's what they sell for. I think if they up had we taken the lead or maybe had we got a goal, I think they'd have upped it a bit more. But they controlled the game, to be honest. It was a dull game. It was a dull game. But yeah, from us, you just got what you got all season. Just no end product. To be fair, we was a little bit more compact than usual. The spaces weren't as
Structure was better.
gaping, earlier, but yeah, poor goal to concede. Casemiro,
What's your views on Casemiro?
I'm not gonna lie, man. It hurts me, man. Casemiro's my guy, man. That run he gave us, September 22 to February 23 was special, bro.
He's trying
He's trying to get that coin, man. I'm gutted, man. I was saying the other day, bro. He just needs to get injured, bro. Just put him out his misery, man. Protect your legacy, man. Sometimes you need to bow out, man, and protect your legacy, man.
Protect his legacy for real.
Yeah, man. Casemiro, not much you can say. I still think Onana should have got a bit more high on that kick, innit, man. But yeah, I guess that's nitpicking. But yeah, overall, man, comfortable day for Arsenal. I don't think they exerted too much energy. And then on to the last game for them.
Mr. Necosaurus, man, what's your views?
Casemiro, start learning Arabic, buddy. Start learning Arabic because, I don't know if I ever said it on this pod, but I thought it was finished from last season. Cool, he had that good run, but he wasn't ticking the boxes for me as a CDM. The performance of Man United today.
I don't think it was a bad performance overall.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like
United had some good spells, especially like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, first 15, 20
Arsenal
minutes.
definitely got away with the fact that we didn't have.
We can't cut them open
we
and
didn't
score.
really have anything on the pitch to threaten them.
Yes.
We didn't have the team was just thrown together because of injuries or whatever you want to say, circumstances. So I think because we got into positions, Garnacho should have done better at least 3 or 4 times.
He had Ben on toast a couple times. Decision making.
I think there was one time he bent it wide, like
wide.
But he had his time.
Literally had so much time.
So
to
much
just
time.
take his corner or at least hit the target, man. Obviously Hojlund or Højlund.
You don't rate Højlund?
Nah, bro.
No way. I rate Højlund.
Nah, broski.
Ten Hag tax on Højlund. Ten Hag tax on Højlund.
I'm sorry, man. Okay, name me one thing he's good at.
Hold up play. I think his hold up play is good. He's able to bring in his wingers into the play. That's what I'm saying. Ten Hag tax.
He's shown glimpses of that like once or twice. Like today, I don't know if you saw in the first half. I literally screamed. Do you remember that Lukaku video with Jamie Carragher where he was doing
Roll the guy.
Roll your opinion.
I don't know if it was Saliba or Gabriel. He literally pinned him. He got the ball and I was screaming, roll him, and he had the space to roll him on his right. He just couldn't.
He's a young player. He's growing, innit?
But this is the problem with Man United, though, bro. It's like we're not in a position where we can be bringing in young players. The only thing I'll give him a defence of. Should he have been brought in to be our number one striker?
No.
Absolutely
we should have
not. Not in a million years.
It was very techie transfer.
He should never have been brought in to be our number one striker and be expected with the burden. But that doesn't mean he's good enough. And I don't see enough from him personally this season, whether it's finishing. Even the chance he got in the first half when he...
he hoofed it.
On
his left foot, I was disappointed.
He had a bit of time and he just... I've just not seen enough from him. 8 league goals... I've just
couple goals in the Champions League.
He had a few glimpses in the Champions League, but I've just not seen enough of him. I think he's weak. I don't think he's as strong as his hold-up plays okay at times, but other than that, like against Coventry, he was getting bullied by Championship centre backs, bro. He was getting bullied the whole game by Championship centre backs. Like I said, I know a lot of people are sort of on the fence with him and saying give him another season. He's still young. For that reason. For me, the jury's out. The jury's out on half the squad. In fact, not even half, 90% of the squad. So I'm not even going to sit here. There's only about 3 or 4 players I'd stick with out of that United squad. But yeah, we need. He can't be going into next season as a number one striker. Like he can't. He's not. If we're just waiting for him to become the finished article later,
we're not going to get anywhere. We're going to be in the same place.
Man United, man. We're meant to be the biggest club in the country. We're meant to be top 2, top 3 biggest clubs in the world. We're not. We shouldn't be a stepping stone for a player to come in and develop. Obviously, listen, back in the day we could afford it with Ronaldo and Rooney. We're not in back in the day no more. We can't be bringing in players to develop them for 2 or 3 years more. Because look at us, now we're 8th. We're 8th. And the thing is, my thing with Højlund is that we got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo and our 2 striker signings have been Weghorst and Højlund. If you get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, I've got no problem getting rid of Ronaldo. Maybe his time was done at United. That's up for debate. People will debate that. You do not get rid of Ronaldo and sign Weghorst and Højlund to replace him. You don't do that. It's absolute madness.
Okay, we've been very negative. Let's be a bit more positive. All I'm going to say is, I'm going to bring some prop. Amad Diallo. Give him his flower. I'm not saying he's flipping deserves a Ballon d'Or, but brother, should Anthony be starting week in, week out instead of that brother? No way, bro. Man's played Bruno on the right hand of that brother. The guy was a spectacle, switching the ball, press resistant, getting involved in the midfield. He's a baller. But there was points in the first 10 minutes. There was points where it was like, is the ball glued to his feet, fam?
He's always had that though, because even when he came over, they were. Obviously they always make this comparison with left-footed wing, right wing, Messi and how they. But he's got like tech. You can see he's technically astute. We've managed his development so badly, especially after that Sunderland move. If we weren't going to play him this season, we should have let him go back.
Go on loan. Should have got a Prem loan.
Do you know what? I got a low key. No, it's not a conspiracy, but I got a low key thing with Ten Hag had to do today with him. Yeah, I think Ten Hag. You know, Ten Hag.
Try to the Wolves, and he balled out.
It balled out, and it probably.
I'm not sending for Saka, but there was only one top right wing on thing today. I'm not sending for Saka because I rate Saka over here. But if you were gonna say who was the best right wing on the pitch today. You're not saying, bro, 70 minutes, they both played what? They both come off injured. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
Having an argument with Garcia off Cameron and he's saying, boy, my man's injured. But it's like, Saka's meant to be injured every week and he still starts and he's still playing.
You know what, man? Do you know what it is with the Saka thing right now? I don't really like talking about it too much, like, because I feel like the narrative on him everyone's so fixated on him. But like I said to you off air, Saka will not be the first player with an injury. He will not be the last player with an injury. There's been plenty of... Back in the day, we never used to make big deals of players playing with injuries. It became such a big thing nowadays where everyone think must be highlighted. Even Rooney said it today. He said some of them United players could have played, but I guess he's suggesting they're hiding behind the injuries. But back in the day, people used to play with injuries all the time, bro. And
it's facts, though.
They got on with... I think even... one of the World Cups. I think even Nine played one of the World Cups. He came off one of the back of the World Cups.
I think he had a seizure in the final.
Bear play injured, bro. So
Luis Suarez is playing football. Man takes injections. He can't play with his kids.
I don't like the narrative that we hide behind injuries. Obviously, listen, can injuries affect you? Of course they can affect you, but you're not gonna. He's not the last player that's gonna be asked to perform with an injury. Or the first player, and he's not going to be the last one to be asked.
I don't want to call it an excuse. I think you just have to put an asterisk on it. Like we understand why he's not performing to the same level. No, last season he was fine.
They said when he was playing bad last season.
Oh, towards the end of the back end of the season,
he was injured.
So it's like how long can you be injured?
But to be fair to him, the last few weeks he's actually not been. This is my thing with him is that when he's good. There's no talk about the injury. But as soon as he has a bad
that's what I'm saying.
Bad performance, that's what suddenly an injury. or there's some mention of injury floating around. But
do you know what it is? You know what helps? And Arteta said that he might be carrying an injury.
oh, he said it
When
before.
he plays the mind games.
Yeah. But was you ever in doubt that he'd play today? No. See, I was never in doubt. He'd play.
I knew he was going to play as well.
Okay, maybe you never know, but because
During the week, it was all, oh, Saka's going to be out for this game. Saka's going to be out for the game. I knew. Come Saturday night, I said to him, but this brother's going to play tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
And he's going to start as well. It's not even like he comes to the bench for like the last
And he
25
plays a
minutes.
good chunk of the game as
he
well.
plays a large part of the game. But I can't. There's a couple spooky performances as well, though. There's a couple
TP5. Deck. McTominay.
Someone like McTominay though, we don't even need to touch on McTominay, bro. McTominay's been spooky, man. He's been spooky from day
It
dot,
looked
man.
like match fixing low key today because some of them passes he was making, I'm like, oh,
There was one stage in the second half, yeah. I think we gave away the ball. Saka went down the line. He gave away the ball, and it was just, it was so
football.
It was,
but there was two occasions where United were on the edge of their box and you lot were passing it around trying to play out, yeah. And there's hospital passes and then there's bro. That's a fishy pass that you've made there, bro. Because like
you got a bet on.
But yeah,
you
Havertz
got a
was
bet on.
literally like millimeters away from him, and I'm like, bro, any pass, whether you fizz it into him, whether you half pass it, bro, he's gonna be onto that. And he nearly put Casemiro in trouble, but
Man can't midfield, fam. That's the thing.
bro. I don't know what McTominay is. I don't know whether he's meant to be a cam, he's meant to be a DM. They
Second
saying that when he
striker.
was younger, he was a
He
striker.
should be a
I don't know
nine,
if he's
man.
meant to be a
He should
centre
be
back,
a-
a third centre back. Bro, what he's not meant to be is a Man United midfielder. And that's
Yes.
That's Scott McTominay. That's Scott McTominay. I don't know what he is, but what he definitely should not be is a Manchester
Shouldn't be
United
starting,
midfielder.
no chance.
Starting, he shouldn't be even. We should have snapped Newcastle's hands off whenever. Whoever wants him, get. Oh,
But I want to say as well, I think, I'll be honest with you, we've been watching these, as man growing up for however long, we've been watching these Man United Arsenal games, and obviously it's been one of our favourite fixtures of the Premier League era, but that today was probably the worst Man United
So
Arsenal game I've
anticlimactic.
ever seen.
But I mean, listen, what did you expect? I mean, in sense of when you look at who we put out there, we were never going to make it a great
No,
game.
but we made it better than we
made it better
expected,
than
though.
But again, I think I'm going to put that down to Arsenal just didn't get out of gear. I think if say we had scored first, I think it would have been a completely different game. But
Do you know who haven't cussed? I can't lie to you. This is one of my favourite players. Odegaard was not really about today.
he's had a couple away games. I think against City
Yeah, he
was
was
bad
quiet,
away,
he was
but
quiet.
That
you know what,
no-show
it's- you know
narrative.
what, I'm not gonna lie. Odegaard has been so cold in these last couple months.
Yeah.
He's been Arsenal's for me his best player, and
Yeah.
he
He's their
oozes
best player.
9 times
Yeah,
out of 10 he oozes class, man. So you know what it is? I always say this about
He's got credit
like,
in the
good
bank.
players. Like I don't mind you having a bad game and having your teammates carry you through if you've been excellent for pretty much the whole season. So that was probably just one of them days. But again, he didn't really have to do much.
Yeah, but that's when you, as a talisman, you take the game by the scruff of the neck. You know me how I feel about Bruno, but honest to goodness, don't worry, we're on the same page for that one. But I'm sure with Bruno, you're gonna notice him. I didn't notice Odegaard that game, like I'm saying, because you're a talisman, game changer. I think if that was for Foden, who in the form he's been in, we would have said, oh wow, yeah, Foden really tried to take the game by the scruff of his neck.
You know
I don't
what,
feel like
though?
Odegaard
I've got something.
did that.
Do you think Arsenal looked at the Liverpool game with Man United at Old Trafford and said, that's what I think. I think they looked at the Liverpool games. They looked at how Liverpool kind of made it sort of they were just attacking loads, and Liverpool should have been 3-4 up in both games. And they looked at it and said, you know what? We don't need to do that this game. We're pretty comfortable. We could still be playing. We wouldn't have scored today. We could still be playing now. We wouldn't have scored. So I think Arsenal getting the goal so early. I literally think they just said to
Made them
themselves.
coast.
I just think they said to themselves, I don't fancy these lot to score. Obviously, it could have come back to bite them, of course. Like anything random can happen in football. But I think Arsenal looked at it and said, you know what? We can contain these lot. They have a couple glimpses. Obviously, Garnacho had a couple opportunities that he should have done better with. But overall, we didn't. What save did David Raya make today that you was like, wow? I don't remember one. So I think Arsenal probably looked at those Liverpool games and said, you know what? It's the second to last game of the season. There's no point risking the result here. Let's just come out with. So fair play to them. I don't really want to. I'm not going to be critical of how Arsenal played today because at the end of the day, you had the business in the season. I don't care about how you could play the worst game of your life with 2 games to go. Just get the result, get out of there.
But that's one thing I'm not going to impress me about Arsenal this season, though, is the fact that they've won games that usually they wouldn't win.
100%.
Or they dropped points in.
The games against West Ham and Aston
No,
Villa.
but for the general consensus of the
Crunch
season.
time. Am I being too critical to say that when it's time to put that hammer down, Their hammer don't hammer.
But
They
let's be
don't
real.
hammer.
But
Don't
you know what?
knock
I've
down the
got to
nail.
give it to them. I can tell you why I've got to give it to them because White Hart Lane, for example, a couple of weeks ago, we went to 3-2. That Arsenal side from last season probably we score again, I reckon.
Okay.
We score again, and they draw that game. Today, I mean, they scored early, and I feel like they managed the game kind of well. Like you said, they managed the game well today, I think.
We're just dead.
I hate both sides of the spectrum. I think Arsenal have done a good job in their game plan, but you know what I think? You know the game I think that's going to come back to bite Arsenal? I don't think that... You can have results like Villa,
yeah,
West Ham, Fulham. You get results like that in the season. I mean, we had plenty when we were dominant under Fergie. I think, and this might be a bit controversial, I think this game at Etihad, I don't think they went through it enough, bro.
No, they didn't.
Considering City were depleted. If that game was in October, leaving the Etihad in October with a point is a brilliant result. Leaving the Etihad when you're going... Facing one of your title rivals at the business end of the season where every single point matters, and they were depleted, they were weak that day, and I just don't think Arsenal went for it enough.
They didn't. Though.
They didn't go for it enough. They literally sat back that game.
Their game plan was to get out of there with something.
And at the end of the day, if they lose the title by a point or two, obviously you can point to the games they should have won, but that day you could have eliminated the title rival.
Yes,
that's why I look at that
that
game and I say, not only could you have won that game and got yourself an extra 2 points, you could have put City out of the title race, pretty much. And from there, if they had beaten City, they would have gone on to. We wouldn't be in this position that we're in now, where it's not in their hands.
It's true. Lastly, on Arsenal, Trossard scores another winner or another big goal, I should say.
I don't think he paid all that today, though.
Nah, he didn't.
He scored, though.
He steps up, man. And I said it when they signed him. Very good business.
He's good
very
business.
good player, man. Very good player. I mean, it's lucky that Trossard stepped up because they don't have a problem in that left wing. Because I mean, Martinelli's been a shadow.
Even
of
when he
himself.
come on,
He's been a shadow of himself, man. And I'm a big fan of Martinelli, but I don't.
You like Martinelli?
You know what it is, man? He's always been. You wouldn't want to play against him as a fullback.
Yes, I hear that.
Because he's direct, he's quick.
That's the same with Rashford, though. You don't want to play against Rashford as a fullback. You don't want to play against guys like Mudryk as a fullback.
No,
like,
that's true. I agree, though. You
put Rashford in Arsenal's team where they build up on the right and they get more space on the left, and I think it's different with the manager and the brain.
I hear you.
You know why I'm not going to let Rashford land? The guy's been in this first team since 2016, bro. We're 8 years in. We're 8 years. We can't. You know what? If we're gonna into Rashford stuff, we're gonna be here all day.
I got one thing. Cool. Verdicts on the manager. What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen? Not what you want to happen. What do you think is gonna happen?
I think he's gone. We're off Arsenal topic. If we're talking about Ten Hag, I think Ten Hag's gone.
Okay.
I think he's gone still, but I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow stayed though.
Okay.
But
I think he's gone as well. I don't care. I don't think it matters what the FA Cup brings. I think that they have seen that it's not good enough. I'm seeing a lot of other reports that contradict what I'm saying, but I think we're gone. Yeah.
Moving on to the current champions, obviously Man City.
Champions elect.
Yeah, Cruise. Champions elect again. Cruise control, beating Fulham 4-0 yesterday. Them first person to start with, obviously spoke on off camera about him as well. Guarvido.
Yeah, quality goal. He's come into it the last couple of weeks, man. Really.
Show me you can ball.
I've got two things to say about Guarvido, yeah. I was saying to somebody yesterday, yeah. One, both those goals he scored. In fact, the first goal he scored was like a prime world-class winger.
Oh yeah.
And to say that, I got all my Spurs wingers can't do what he did yesterday. None of them could do what he did yesterday. I swear to you, none of them can do that what he
Brendan
did.
Johnson, no?
He can't.
He
do
don't
that.
really.
He can't do that, bro. And see him yesterday.
I heard he missed the open.
Bro,
I saw a picture of it. I know it's a bit off topic, but I saw a picture of it. It's just,
we're gonna come to that.
Okay,
We're gonna
cool,
come
cool,
to
cool,
that.
cool.
But what he did yesterday, my Spurs wingers can't do that. But Guarvido, he's coming to
player.
He's a difficult start. But listen, man, how many times we see it season after season with Pep signings? They come in. I can't think of one Pep bar Haaland. What Pep signing? And to be fair to Akanji's not done too bad for the 50 million fee.
No, he hasn't.
But it's very rare Pep signing comes in and they hit the ground running. It usually takes them. Some people it takes them a season. Sometimes it can take 3, 6. You got to adapt to the system, his intensity. I can only imagine what his training sessions are like, and I feel like he's pretty hands-on with his training sessions.
I'm trying to think of a player that's hit the ground running. I can't think of one.
Other than Haaland, literally, it's very hard to put down any Pep signers that just hit the ground running.
Doku.
It
went up and then it peaked and then
it fluctuated a bit. I wouldn't
fluctuated,
call it hit the ground running kind of thing, but yeah, man, Guardado looks like he's adapted. He's become a mainstay in the team.
Sorry. So it's still my man, Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz signed halfway through, changed the game for them. But that's only like two.
No, fair.
That's only two.
No, I can hear
It
Diaz.
shows the
Diaz,
percentages are in your
Yeah,
favour.
I can hear
Wait, when
Diaz.
did they sign John Stones?
They signed us before Pep.
Was
didn't they?
John before Pep? Are you
Before
sure?
Pep. It was before Pep.
I don't feel
Nah,
like he was.
I think it was after Pep. I think Pep.
I think
Pep
he
signed
would
him.
have got about 2017, 2018.
But I don't think Stones. He had the injury problems when he.
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
early
yeah,
days. It was only really in the last couple
Season-
years
last-
where he's
yeah.
become
Wait,
really.
Rodri.
No, Rodri was a bit touch and go.
You know what?
to
I
start.
rated Rodri. I was a big Rodri fan, but he was touch and go. He didn't come to this level. I think it took him about a few months to come to sort of the prominent level. Because you got to remember he didn't start the Champions League final, bro, against Chelsea.
Oh, yeah,
he didn't start the Champions,
yeah,
and that
he
was a
did.
big.
Yeah, he did,
that was a big
still.
thing. So Pep weren't
Completely trusting him.
at that point. So obviously that probably cost them that game.
But that's something else I was going to say about Guardado this season as well, yeah. I was saying it to the guy sitting next to me at Spurs as well. It's the fact that every season that Man City win the league, there's always a surprise player that steps up for them in the running. Last season it was Gundo. I'd say this season, I'd put it on Guardado over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Gundo a surprise?
Yeah, I was
It's not
gonna
a surprise,
say,
but it's not someone you're gonna pick. Who's gonna be the game changer for us? That in the running. The first time not gonna be Gundo. It's gonna be
It's probably KDB.
KDB.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think Gundo would be too. He's always been quite a
quality
clutch player.
player,
For
yeah.
them.
But
I know what you're talking about. Not the
I know what you mean.
surprise
No,
player,
I know what you
yeah.
mean. I know what you mean.
The
I know what you mean.
go-to talisman.
I mean, you always expect it to be KDB or Haaland or whoever's.
That's what.
Even if you might even slightly put Foden ahead of Gundo at times in that City team.
So yeah, but there's I feel like over the last couple of weeks, Guardado's coming and
He's
putting some big
done
performances.
really well, man. He's done really
Does
well.
he have a weak foot? That's what I'm even thinking.
Yeah,
Like, does he have a weak
I don't
foot?
feel like he does, bro. Both
Bro, I don't know where this rocket of a right foot is. Yeah, he's techie, man.
feet. Nah, he's a baller still.
You know who else I want to give? I mean, it goes without saying, man, but I don't even. He's one of my favourite players, Bernardo Silva, man.
Oh, yeah.
You just. I don't know. He must be a manager's absolute dream to be that technically good.
And work
of
hard.
that quality and just have that work rate. And to give 8 out of 10s every
week. Yeah.
consistently, season in, season out. He might. I couldn't tell you once Bernardo's. He's probably had a stinker, but not one that out. It's just, they're so rare. He's what a player, man.
That's
what
why
a player.
people don't want to let him go, innit?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, man, he's been holding on to him. But I think this summer I think he might lose him this summer. But I mean, the more get these guys gone, man. Get this City era out of the way, please, man.
Phil Foden on the score sheet again as well.
Yeah, man.
This is his season, isn't it? If City do win it,
I said it last week. PFA Player of the Year,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Who actually deserves it? Maybe Cole Palmer, but
I would have gone Rodri personally.
oh,
he didn't even make the list.
Yeah, he didn't even make
He
the list, which
Didn't
is
even make the list, bro.
absolute
Oh,
Shocker.
no, I forgot.
scandalous.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
scandalous.
English
Yeah.
prop as well, though. You have
Yeah.
to say English prop.
Like Foden and Rodri. I said because obviously people have pointed out like the period where Rodri hasn't played, they've lost, and where was Foden, etc., etc. But in that period where Haaland was injured and KDB was inconsistent and just come back from injury, Foden was winning the games.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
think he deserves props for that. And to be honest, bro, even like people point to his numbers this season. His numbers for City have never been. They've always been decent. But obviously this season, I think he's just won more
Take it
games
to,
for them.
yeah,
So
to
it's
this level, yeah.
become more. But listen, when you look at Foden, he just oozes class as a footballer.
Yeah, I said to last couple of weeks. This has been his MVP seasons.
Yeah, no,
MVP
facts.
season.
I think the uproar about him winning it is a bit silly because if City go on to win the league,
There's been uproar about it. Them man aren't watching
Yeah.
football. Them man
you
aren't
know,
watching football. Oh,
Foden's got hate. I feel like some other people are a bit
It's
harsh on
Arsenal
Foden.
fans trying to push
Arsenal fans that
narratives.
hate him,
That's
that
it.
hate him.
Yeah,
Arsenal
because of
fans
the
hate
whole.
him.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you.
Deserves
You're.
what?
No.
Oh, he deserves. No.
Nah.
No, Foden.
He's class, man. He's class. You know, on the Foden thing though, just a quick one. What do you do with him at the Euros?
He has to play.
Just touch quickly.
He has to play. Like he has
So
to play.
techie.
10, man.
Yeah, he has
10?
to play. He has to play. Yeah, he has to play.
What position?
Yeah, I think give him the keys
10.
still. Give him the keys. Yeah.
It is. If we're gonna play him, I've said previously that my ideal midfield three for the Euros is Mainu, Rice, and Bellingham. I say drop Mainu and play Rice, Bellingham, and Finn because
Yeah.
Bellingham's gonna be up and down.
Will do the 8. Yeah,
The 8, the dog work. So
Yeah,
if we're gonna play him there.
I think realistically, I'm going to be honest. I believe he'll start left wing.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he will start left. I don't think he's going to play 10. Because there's no standout left winger, I think he'll start left wing. But it'd be nice to see him in the cam, but I don't think Southgate will go with it. But listen, Foden just has... My only thing with Foden, and he doesn't play good in the English shirt. This is my only thing, and he's never had a... I don't think he's really... There's some man
Never
that play...
stood out like
they
that, yeah.
stand out for their club. Rooney was the same. Rooney didn't really play well for England, even though he had the goal scoring record or whatever. So I'm a bit skeptical on that, but maybe it's because he hasn't had the free reign of being one of the main men in the team.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's gonna start this summer regardless. So let's hope he can find. I mean, for England's sake, for our sake, let's hope he comes to the fore. In the England shirt.
City is still unbeaten in 2024. Ain't lost a
Crazy,
game.
man, crazy.
Rodri's
Their
still
only defeat
unbeaten.
is the Real Madrid penalties.
Yeah. But I'm saying they're beating the league, they ain't they're
Yeah,
unbeaten.
in the league,
Yeah, but
business and City, man, they're different gravy.
Exactly. Spurs on Tuesday. What do you reckon? I can't lie. Watching us how we played yesterday, and we were exposed by Burnley at certain points.
You think it's snapping?
It's gonna be a beating still.
City
I don't
are
think it's
hungry.
going to be a beating. I think City are going to do something similar to what Arsenal done today. I think City are just going to be happy to get in there and get out.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think they
But
got
I
fire
think
in their stomach now, though.
City will be able to control the game. But do you know what? It's easy for us to sit here and say, like, Spurs should tank the game or Spurs play should. But obviously, professional footballers are not going to do that.
Yeah.
No matter how much we talk about it as fans, I can't imagine a pro going on the pitch and saying to each other,
I'm
you
not gonna
lot,
play
boys, let's make sure we tank this game. I can't imagine that.
Unless they're QPR
Yeah.
in 2012.
Top 4 as well, though. If Villa lose,
Yeah, but I think
still be done.
a lot of that rid on pause whether United could get a result today as well, because if United get a result, well, for fans anyway, if United get a result today and Villa drop points tomorrow or lose tomorrow, then I think it changes the perspective for Spurs fans especially. But as you said, DB, they're professional footballers. They're all going to go out to play the game.
Joey, by the way, are you going to the game?
Yeah, I'm going still.
If City score, are you going to celebrate?
I'm going to clap, yeah. I'm joking, but no, we feel thinking, I was talking to people yesterday saying everyone's going to start doing the Poznan still. Start doing the Poznan. But,
It's not the worst result for a Spurs fan for Arsenal to not win the league.
I mean,
not win the
listen,
league, so-
I say this though, like as I said to you, you're crazy if you think Spurs fans should be coming out and saying I want to beat City so Arsenal can win the league.
Yeah,
They're not going to do that. Like, it's unrealistic. Arsenal fans wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for Liverpool or City. Like, it's crazy to think Spurs fans are going to come out. We don't forget what them Arsenal fans were like when
doing
Spurs were in the
in
Champions
Champions League
final.
final, exactly.
And they were in Europa
Exactly.
and they were talking about tanking Europa. They'd rather lose Europa and Spurs lose champs as well. So, yeah, I think it's criminal for people to be even thinking Spurs fans should be wanting anything else but a defeat on top 4. Listen.
I just thought about something, yeah.
Go on.
It's a bit of a legacy point, like with the with the City side winning 4 Premier Leagues on the bounce, Centurions, highest points tally. Like, are they? I don't know how to phrase it without.
Are they the
It's a
best?
dynasty, it's a
Are they the
dynasty,
best?
it's a
Yeah, are they the
dynasty.
best team in Premier League history?
Yeah.
I think it's the question
that
to
I was
ask.
kind of go for, because I don't want to insult my club. I can't even bring myself to say it.
Do you know what? For me personally, I'm a bit of a football purist, innit? So I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I'm gonna say no. I'll still give it to United, but if you're looking at the achievements, then on paper, yeah. But
The way
on
they've
sporting
done it.
merit, no, it's not for me still.
How much is it? Wait, is it 6 trophies? They won 6 prems, isn't it?
City,
Not 6 prems under Pep.
Is it 600?
no, I think it'll be five. It'll be
5. Oh yeah, they
five,
missed one in
5.
COVID. Yeah.
Five. Because I think Chelsea have won one and Liverpool have won one.
Yeah,
So five.
Conte. Yeah.
Listen, man. For me, the whole thing about that is, it's hard to argue because 4 in a row is a lot. And in
It's
Pep's
mad.
time, what's he on now? Is it 8th season
Yeah, he come in 2016.
or 2016? So yeah, he's on his 8th
season,
season.
yeah.
8th season.
I'm going into it, maybe.
Yeah, going into
He's
his
going
8th
into
season.
8th season. Yeah.
5 Premier Leagues. It's in the time
Made the
he's done
Premier
it.
Farmers League.
Obviously, listen, people can point to say transfers and the money and this and that and the environment. I guess that does play a part and with stuff like that. But I mean, it's crazy because United were so close to doing a madness in terms of there's so many periods where we could have won 4 or 5 in a row ourselves, but we'd lost out to Chelsea, or when we lost out to Chelsea
And Arsenal.
and then Arsenal. We lost out to Arsenal, so we could. I mean, the thing is, we had a mad dominant period as well. So I don't want to take away from United's dominant period. I I'm all up for debate. I think there's an argument on both sides.
There's definitely an argument on both sides.
I think as a United fan, I'm gonna stick with United for that mainly for that reason, and the fact that Fergie team was immense. But again, if someone says to me City and say, listen, they've won four in a row.
Someone born in like 2008.
They're gonna say City. But that's why I said
City fan will argue.
But that's why I put him first when I first said it as a football purist, because Fergie didn't have to buy. Well, he did buy big players, but however, he had players from the academy that were mainstays throughout that period. So that's why I give him more of a sporting merit to United, what United did. But yeah, boys.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I think City are going to turn us over by half time still. I genuinely do. I'm not saying it, and I'm not saying it because I think they're going to tank. Spurs are going to tank. I just genuinely think with the way how we set up and the way we play, the way Skip played left back for us yesterday, bro. Yeah.
But do you not think
the way Burnley targeted him yesterday and
don't you think it will suit you more? It will suit you more being the underdogs though, like but then Ange's gonna come out with his mate stuff and bloody his high line no matter what.
High line
propaganda. That's what I'm saying, bro. You think Pep's not been watching this and saying, I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. And even if they were to come and do the Arteta, we're gonna sit in and let you lot play and they're just gonna hit you on the counter. Even if they do that, I still think
I don't think they're gonna do it like that. They're just gonna. I just don't think they're gonna be as gung ho for it. I'll try and go for the kill as much as they might do on another day. I think because of how tough, just like Arsenal coming to Old Trafford, Spurs is a tough ground for them. The FA Cup, to be fair, they absolutely dominated you in that FA Cup game. To be fair, I think City are gonna win. I don't think City will drop any more points. No. So it's the reason why I think they're going to win it. But it could be a trickier game because as a footballer, you're not gonna go on the pitch wanting to lose a game, no matter what the circumstances. But yeah, I think City will win, but I don't know if it will be a battering.
Score predictions.
I'm going. I'll go 3-1 or 4. I'll go 4-1 still.
I'm gonna go 3-1.
I'll go 4-1 still.
I'm gonna go 2-0.
Conservative. I hear it.
No, 2-0.
I'll touch on Spurs just quickly. Obviously beat Burnley 2-1 yesterday. Again, Spurs going 1-0 down again as usual. Everyone just looked at each other and started laughing. We all knew. Even when we walked into the turnstile yesterday, we were like, I guarantee we're going to go 1-0 down. We're going to go 1-0 down and then we're going to start playing. And that's exactly what happened. We went 1-0 down, high line, played through us again as usual. Skip, fair play to you, played left back and you held your own for pretty much the large part of it. But Mickey Van der Ven, I have to big him up still.
He's a good player.
He's a special player still.
Let's wait for that one. Let's wait for that. Let him.
Bro, he's our player of the season for a reason. Unanimous player of the season for a reason as well.
But no offense, bro. It is Spurs. Yeah, no offense, bro. It's it's not like It's I would give it. I would say like a Dogie. I'm not trying to. I don't want to disrespect. I'm not trying to draw out Spurs. It's just like
there's no one to give that to.
There's not. I don't know who else other than maybe a Dogie that could have got that award.
You don't think Romero could?
Nah, bro. He's. You know me with Romero. I think he's a good player, but too many of them moments where
he's actually calming down now.
Yeah, recently I noticed that. I've noticed that. But that start of the season,
he's maturing a lot.
When he was doing that nonsense, especially that Chelsea game, like, bro, he just had too many of them. Van der Ven's done well though. He's done. I mean, for most football fans, I don't think most people even had watched him play a minute of football before this season. So, yeah, I'd hold on the special talks till next season. But let's see.
I'm just saying, bro. Do you know why I said? Do you know? I'll tell you why I say that. Yeah, because our whole system, and I'm saying to someone like the guy that's sitting next to her, I keep alluding to him, but we literally just chat throughout the whole game because that's how bad things are at Spurs at the moment. But our whole system relies on him.
I agree.
So literally covering the high line, it all depends on his pace getting back and
kind of like VVD at Liverpool back in the day.
Yeah, it all comes up with him. He cuts up counter attacks. We progress the ball out. We play the ball out, so centre backs are always being in use. And even, bro, he went from... This is the thing. He was 1-0 down at half-time, of course. But come out second half. Substitutions. Resurgence comes in.
Half-time he was 1-0 down. So Porro scored first.
No, Porro scored 7 minutes after. Sorry, I'm wrong. We were 1-0 at half-time. Come out second half. And as usual, trying to plan A ain't working. Try plan A again. And then finally it got to a point where he was like, no, I have to change this now. And he brought Dragusin on to play centre back, moved Van der Ven to left back. Straight away, we started playing so much better. We were really on the front.
Why didn't he do? Yeah, that would have been a better idea.
That's the biggest mystery. We've been saying this for like 3-4
that would have been a
weeks.
better
Now.
idea.
Why haven't you
Van der
done
Ven
that?
can play left back, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
he played left back for Wolfsburg a couple of times last season as well. So from there, we just kicked on and literally someone out to the left started. I don't even know who the Burnley right back is.
Was Dragusin fit against Arsenal?
Yeah.
So why didn't?
Bro,
I didn't even think about that angle. You know, I didn't even think.
it
about
didn't
that.
make sense. We still scratching our heads about it to this day. But someone out to the left started cooking their fullback. Soon as Dane come on, and we had actually a proper number 9. He started making runs, dragging the defenders out. The game changed from there, and it was inevitable. We scored, but Brennan Johnson, Jesus Christ, Father, bro.
Yeah, I saw the picture of the miss.
my.
I haven't seen the miss. But
This is my agreement.
You're happy
with
to cuss
this.
Brennan Johnson though. You don't know, you're a little bit happy to cuss
No,
him.
but you know I've allowed him though. I said,
Yeah, you have,
I've allowed him. I said, you know what? I know your limitations. I know what you're good at. I know what you're not good at. So you know what I'm saying? I can live with it. But brother, yesterday, man, your decision making is just terrible. And at that moment you're talking about, he tried to score from a mad angle when Son and Sawa there for the cutback for an easy tap in, bro.
I thought it was Son that set him up, and he missed the. Oh, that's what it was.
That's a different occasion.
So there's two.
There was an occasion in the first half, bro. The ball's come back out. We pressed them high.
Yeah, I think it was
Fullback in
first
the
half.
box.
Yeah.
And he's come down the line. And all you've got to do is cut it back, but the keeper's left a little gap in between.
Yeah.
You're not going to score from that angle, brother. Just pull it back and then man score an easy tap in. And he went to try and score, and he went into the side net, and I said, Jesus. I said, my Lord.
Yeah,
but anyway, he missed that open goal that someone basically put on a plate for him as well. He should score that, but got the job done, innit?
Yeah,
Typical,
results the main thing. It was a big. I said to you yesterday, it would have been a concern if you had come out of that game without for Ange. I think I don't feel like the narrative would have changed him from your sections of your fans.
Nah, it would have, because even one of my guys was like, if he loses today, I want him gone still.
That's crazy.
I didn't say that, but someone said it to me.
I think the narrative,
the narrative is kind of starting to change a little bit, because you see, well, the Spurs fans that I'm around, they're the hardcore first Spurs fans, innit? So it's like, so Arsenal, Chelsea, and West Ham.
Hate him.
It's like those are the biggest games of our season in their minds, innit? So it's like from fan perspective, those are the biggest games of the season. So it's like as long as you get the results in them games, everyone's kind of like cool. You can live with that. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's like, yeah. Anyhow, after what I've been seeing last few, he said, anyhow he loses game today. I said, I want him gone, mate. I said, I want him.
But you guys are gonna get different players, a bit more like his players in.
You hope. You got to remember who their owners are. You got to remember who's in charge. I wouldn't be too sure, and I don't really like the whole. I'd rather spend 100 mil on 3 players than buy one quality player for 100 mil. I don't know about that one. That's how you end up. That's how you end up with a bunch of Brendan Johnsons in your team.
Spending 50 mil on Brendan Johnson is absolutely insanity. Imagine if you got Olise. Imagine if you got someone like Olise.
And this is the thing, yeah. People need to watch what's happened with United this season and understand that just because you have what seemed a decent first season, like Ten Hag had, like he's shown worry. Ange's shown a few concerning signs with
red
talent.
flags.
Big red flags.
So I don't think there's this. I feel like everyone feels like, okay, you've done okay this season. Listen, Tottenham have done better than everyone expected. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Harry Kane left. Everyone thought they weren't going to finish 10th or whatever. They're 5th. They're doing better than most people expected in that context. But there's no guarantee that you go one step, you progress next season. I think the big thing probably going forward for Ange next season, I think for Spurs fans, I'll speak for Spurs fans here, I'm sure, well, for yourself, you don't want to win. You want to compete to win something next season. You want to win something next season. It's been too long for Tottenham not to go in this
No
long
FA
about
Cup, no EFL
yeah,
Cup.
It's too long.
Man's got Audi Cup.
We out
Sorry.
of the
Why did you?
we out of the Carabao.
It's a total.
We out of the Carabao Cup in August, bro.
Yeah, third round of both cups this season. For me, that was the first. You know how I am with them kind of stuff. I raised that the minute they went out the Carabao Cup because I didn't understand. I think that they rested about 8 players in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
And then they had Burnley on the weekend, which they ended up winning 4-1. And it's just like, bro,
Why don't you smash
you're
both
not playing in Europe this season. You've got 1 game a week. What are you resting players in the cup for? That was the first red flag. And then this whole there's been a few. Listen, for me as a neutral in terms of looking at Spurs, I'm jury out on Ange, but I know Spurs fans will want to give him next season. And to be fair, like I said, he's done better than expected, so I hear it. Let's see what he does this summer. But he's gonna have to change from this approach of he's not Pep in a sense that
yeah.
you can't have one game
Yeah,
plan
back,
and stick to
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I feel like Pep, he can have one game plan and stick to one game plan. That's fine. You're not that. I feel like managers need to have another way of playing, because next season, I know what you lot are going to do every game. You're going to get the ball down the line, do 200 cutbacks a game. Eventually, next season, every team's going to clock onto what you do.
I think they already clocked on.
Yeah,
it.
they clocked.
There you go.
You get about 20 games in the Premier League, if that, before people start picking your game
I've
plan.
said from the jump, I think he's been clocked since that Chelsea game. That's what I think personally.
Oh, that Chelsea game was...
I think
That was the turning point for me, because
He was
I looked at it,
confused.
he wanted to stick to his principles and get a few claps from the media, which is what he done it for. Because what else are you doing it for? If he had just sat back that game, Chelsea wouldn't have broke them down.
Yeah,
Chelsea struggled to break teams down. All he had to do is sit back and contain them. I can guarantee you, Spurs would have left with a point. I can almost put my life on it that you lot would have picked up a point that game. He cost you a point, and now, if you lot are hoping for top four, that's what Spurs fans wanted at the start of the season. It could cost you a top four place. It could cost you something else, because he decided to stick to. Yeah, I don't like tactical naivety. I hate tactical naivety. And
Me
I think
too.
I think he's shown it too many times.
Me
but-
too.
Can we get onto Chelsea today?
I mean, we can.
I mean, listen.
I was gonna talk about Palace and what Palace are doing still. That's
Let's talk about Palace. I want to talk about Palace. Yeah.
So obviously Palace winning 3-1 against Wolves yesterday. Olise starring, Eze starring.
Top player.
Mateta's looking like a
Hey, yo.
brand new striker, bro.
He's either a brand new striker, or he's
Shirt
gonna be
tucked
a
in,
streets and
I'm gonna
never
tuck in
forget
other
player,
team.
bro. It's one of the two.
Yo.
Tucked in shirt, goals.
He's
Bald
on a-
head.
He's on a bad man team.
What?
right now, bro.
He's
on a bad
cold.
man team. He's on a wicked man team.
He's a gangster.
But man, them, who wants to speak about obviously the two starlets at Palace?
It is, yeah. You see Olise, he's a special player. I honestly believe, yeah, if I'm scared that Man City Pep decides to like get a foot in his shiny light bulb and buy him, because that is a nightmare. Like, imagine him on the right hand side for Man City. Cool, he might be touch and go for the first 10 games and then he just switches it on.
He would have been a good replacement for Morris.
He would have been
Yeah, he would've been
perfect.
perfect
He's got
replacement for Mahrez,
he's got the
In
first.
terms
He's
of
got the same
the
first touch as Mahrez.
Similar
style.
sort of style.
Him and Ahmad, I think, like, I don't. You see how they use the word regen? Those are the two players that mirror Mahrez's game perfectly, and he would have been absolutely disgusting if Pep got him. But now he's 60 million waiting for him. He wants to come to
I
us.
think that's a light buyout clause. In this day and age,
easy,
it's
yeah.
a light buyout clause.
For a talented player like that.
Yeah, it's a
It was
lie.
35 mil before, you know.
You've got Thomas Frank touting guys like Ivan Toney at 100 million. So I'd consider 60 mil for Olise.
We would say for Eze though, what? Is he going Spurs?
He's
been linked,
to Spurs,
heavily
but
linked.
listen, he better come and play on that left car, brother.
Oh, you wouldn't start him.
Take him over Mad to put him in Madison's position.
Because I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm a big Maddis fan, but
Yeah.
he's been disappointing this second half.
After that
Like,
injury, innit?
really badly,
I'm
man.
starved of pure wingers right now. I'm starved, bro.
But Eze's not a pure winger.
No, he's not.
He's just.
But I want someone with
Good
talent.
taking
I want
yeah.
someone with
Yeah,
talent
yeah.
playing on
I
my
think
wing.
Eze's just one of them players. You say go on the pitch and do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Let him float around. Let him get into
Where
positions.
you moving Son then? Striker?
Yeah.
Was it time to let go of him?
Time to let go.
No, the striker thing
Time
is
to
not
let
for
go.
Sonny. But do you know what
Time
it
to
is?
let go.
Do you know what it is, Sonny? He's a goal scorer.
Yeah, but
Left
I'd
foot,
rather
right
than
foot.
Richarlison though.
But that's the thing. I think with
I like Richarlison.
you don't like him.
I like Richarlison,
I
man.
like Richarlison as well. I like
Why didn't you just
Richarlison.
buy
I do.
another striker then?
That's
Get a
but
striker
But
and
this is
get
what I'm saying. We link with
Eze.
Eze. We link with Ivan Toney. We link with Dominic Solanke. I take Solanke.
You know
Solanke
what, bro?
would annoy
I
me
think
if he
I think Solanke's probably the most realistic in terms of strike. I didn't Eze. I mean, if you can get your hands on Eze, I mean, yeah. But I think Eze. My only thing is, are Palace gonna let both of them go in one summer?
Yeah, that's
Especially
insane.
now they got Glasner here,
Yeah,
and obviously Glasner's he's a bigger name. He's not, I mean, a massive name, but I mean, he's well respected in terms of these kind of clubs in Germany, and he's obviously making a big impact. I think Olise will definitely go. I think Olise will go. I don't
bigger
think
things. You
both
see
of
that
them
DM
are- I
when he
don't
was at
think
Reading?
both of them are gonna go.
Do you know what I love about Olise? That even when he scored yesterday, man just turned around and walked off. Like, no celebration.
I
man
think
just
he was
turned around.
annoyed because he missed the easier chance earlier. Do
you think?
He missed the easier chance earlier, then he shot and he said, he went like that.
Yeah. He celebrated against us still. He celebrated.
And remember when he scored the free kick against Man United and hit the crossbar? He didn't play good that game.
Yeah.
So I think he's frustrated that, like,
But I like that, man.
I like
You know
that.
what I mean?
I do,
I
I
like
like
that.
that. It's
Ooh,
just-
I'm not here for the over celebrating, man.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah,
aura at
bro,
the
yeah,
same time.
man.
It's kind of aura. It's
Bro,
aura.
he's
Score the
the
goal.
coldest.
The game's not won yet. Get the.
He's getting to the French team.
ooh, that's jarring, you know. That's
I don't
mad.
think he's got enough PR behind his name to get the French team.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got enough clout to get.
a good question, though. I like
It is
that
a good
question,
question.
though.
It is a good question. But I don't think. I think Deschamps is one of them guys. He's gonna stick with.
What he knows, isn't it?
And where's he gonna
what
play?
he trusts,
Is he gonna
trust?
Is he gonna take Demble's position? Is he gonna like?
He's funny, man. He makes me laugh, man.
So that's the thing. Where does he fit in France?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he'd start. I don't think he'd get a minute. But yeah, I think
that shouldn't be at home when it comes to
European competition.
I mean, listen, for a couple of players though, this 26-man squad is gonna get a couple more players on the plane. I guess it's up for debate. I don't know if has he got a French? I don't think he's
played 21s. He's played 21.
He's
paid back. Yeah.
We'll see.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make.
He backs himself though. That's what I like to say. I'm gonna be French, knowing the level of talent that the French team have in whether you want to play midfield or play on the wing.
Yeah, he's a cold baller, man. He's a very good player, man.
Man, them know my opinion. Well, you man both know, but all of you, everyone in the room knows my opinion on Saka. Saka's lucky, my man.
To care for England.
Doing the England thing still.
I see his stats. He's got 15 goals and assists.
I think that's. Listen. Let's not discredit Saka, man.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I'm not dissing him.
I think the problem that we've got here now, is that like because of how much Arsenal fans have hyped up Saka and the world class shouts, I think sometimes
it's been his detriment.
We underappreciate Saka as a player. He's a good player. I wouldn't put Olise ahead of Saka at this moment in time personally. Saka's still had a good season. He's still been a good player, consistent player for Arsenal over the last couple of years. Obviously now the next step for him and for Arsenal is to obviously get over the line to then cement yourself in the next bracket that people want to put him in. But yeah, I don't want to do Saka a disservice. I don't think Olise's done enough for me to have put him above Saka at this point. Yeah, like we still haven't had a full season of Olise.
True.
We've had him in glimpses. We've had him in spurts. We've not had a full season. Whereas I feel like with Saka, we've had a consistent enough seasons for 2 or 3 years now. So I still wouldn't put him ahead of Saka at this point. But he definitely would be in the running for. But then you still got guys like Jared Bowen there.
I was gonna say,
he's been a quality right winger, man.
Well.
He's very underrated. Cole Palmer's there now. So yeah.
Be interesting. We'll touch on Chelsea then. What you got to say about Chelsea? I wasn't.
I was gonna say they're above Man United. They're gonna go Conference League and like Poch. They spent most of the season in the bottom half of the table or on the fringe of the bottom half of the table.
Now
they're
rising.
They picked up some results, man. They picked up some results.
I hate to say it because I rate Enzo Fernandez, but they look better without him. It's mad. Caicedo's look cleaner.
He played well yesterday.
Nicholas Jackson scoring goal. Oh, this is why I wanted to talk about Chelsea. That cameo, RJ. We will be there. A lot of people have told me I don't know ball because I said RJ is the best right back in the Premier League. We will be there.
How can you be the best right back in the league if you're never fit?
He hasn't been fit. Yes, exactly.
That's what we said. We said it's best availability, isn't it?
When he gets fit, when because we believe in possibility.
Until Reece James puts a season together, consistent performances, I don't even want to
give him half a season.
Yeah, not even half a season.
I'm doing half a season. You can take it.
Because Reece James he's on the Luke Shaw thing right now. He's gonna leech his way through life, and people are gonna be putting him up there like they do with Luke Shaw. And he's gonna get to 11 years. He's missed 500 odd games, and people are still gonna be talking about him as one of the best right backs because of what he did 2 years ago. The little phases of play that he had when he is on the pitch. That's not enough.
He will be back. He will be back. Yeah. We'll clip this. I'll at you. They'll at you. We'll at each other. Yeah,
I mean, if he stays fit, there's no doubt he's a good player. But until you can put together a string of
30 games,
I'm not gonna even put you on someone like Trent's level.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple Chelsea man of Chelsea man and former Chelsea man that was on show yesterday that done their thing yesterday. Obviously, Olise played well yesterday. Cho.
He's been playing good this season, especially 2024.
No one's really mentioned him though, but mentioned him in terms of England. But he's done really well.
He's got more goals than Saka this year or something like that. This calendar year.
Midfield on the England front in terms of Nottingham Forest. Morgan Gibbs-White.
Bring him. He's cold.
How do you not think? I've seen a lot of people talking about him. I mean, I see a lot of United fans on
wanting him.
Yeah, I mean. Listen, I always say there's a difference between playing for Nottingham Forest and Man United.
Yeah.
You know me, I always have my reservations about players making the jump from a smaller club to a bigger club because that's why I give props to Declan Rice because he's made the jump. He's come in and it hasn't. There's still obviously bits of his game that he can improve on, like he's controlling and dictating of the game. And some of the big games in Europe, he did fall off, but overall, he made that jump from West Ham to Arsenal seem effortless. But it's not always so easy. It's not always so easy. So I'm always a bit skeptical of bringing clubs, even with the Olise and I'm always still skeptical of bringing players from them kind of clubs. But I feel like the market right now, the way the market is, I feel like you're going to be taking risks no matter what direction you go in it. And to try and get like top end players, like I don't know if
we're not going to shop in Europe.
Yeah, they're not going to spend that much. Obviously, me, I'd always go and sign proven quality players because I think that's where 9 times out of 10 you should be getting the best value for money. Obviously, the setup at Man United has been so bad and the coaching setup from a United perspective. But yeah, man, Gibbs White, I'll take him over Gallagher.
Oh, Hundo.
Oh,
Yeah,
facts.
I want to put that out there. I'll take him over Gallagher. Seeing as Gallagher's a shoe-in for the England squad. Yeah,
But yeah, gentlemen, just to wrap up, talk about midweek, obviously, Real Madrid toppling Bayern Munich.
It's Judge. They need to be tested.
You know what? I know they're going to point to the subs. I thought Real Madrid would score even when Bayern did score. But yeah, the way they just missed the Champions League, innit, man? Yeah. Real Madrid are Champions League. Are what every club should aspire to be. They are the model. They are just literally everything you want as a football club. And
I agree.
You can talk about whether the refs do this, that. It's not. You don't win this many Champions Leagues and it's because of the refs or it's because of this.
No, but the Lionel had a howler though.
Yeah, he did have a howler. No. He did have a howler. But I mean, listen.
You know my thing when I say we took him off camera before, obviously on Twitter and that. But Tuchel,
that was bad. No, they had no firepower. They had no firepower. They took off Kane, took off Musiala.
What was their firepower? What was their firepower when Kane was on the pitch? Because the last time I checked, he had a great chance to make it 2-0. Because it wasn't Bochum or Darmstadt, he decided that he lost his shooting boots, as he does in these big occasions. As Harry Kane, Mr. Harry Kane
sad,
does.
Though. No trophy. All those goals.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I said at the start of the season. You know what, Kane? You're gonna win a trophy now. Like my thing against you is gonna be. And he's actually delivered a trophy this season. He's actually given me exactly what I wanted.
He actually had a record-breaking season, and he broke records on both fronts.
That's why I feel it for him. Because
do you know what though?
I can't even help you.
I don't know if you saw the video of Cam saying the Kane video. I quoted it on Twitter, and he said, "Tottenham, England, Bayern Munich. They've all had Kane as their main
number 9.
He's been the main man. Everything's gone through Kane, and that's why they've only ever gone so far."
No, I don't like that, man.
Nah, it's facts though, man. Kane just isn't.
Didn't he give Sonny his best season as well?
We're not talking about. We're talking about taking teams to the next level to win stuff. We're not. Kane's not been that man in a team yet, and he's to go to Bayern, who have won how many league titles in a row? Was it 12, 13?
Yeah, basically.
To go there and suddenly they don't win something.
No, but we got to pay homage to Leverkusen.
No, of course you pay. But come on, bro, they pay. But as far
Bayern Munich has slightly dipped as well.
They have.
They've
But
dipped.
still, it's for me. It's the big occasions again. He goes missing.
Yes.
Cup finals. Every cup final he's played in, he's never had a shot on target. Did you not know
mad.
that? That's crazy stat.
That's mad.
That's a crazy stat. And you know what? I don't even want to bring up this game. Who remembers the Euro semi-finals when we played Denmark? He even had a penalty, and he damn well missed that penalty. Yeah. Luckily, he had a rebound and he tapped it in. But he tried to bottle that too. Yeah, he missed. He missed the penalty.
Oh yeah.
So he tried. Yeah. He tried to bottle it.
I was thinking of when he didn't square it to Sterling as well.
Oh, don't even get me started on that one.
Oh wait, don't even get me penalty.
Yeah, don't get me started. Carabao Cup final he was missing. Champions League final. Listen, for you lot, Tottenham got to the Champions League final without Harry Kane, by the way.
Yeah.
He wasn't there in the crunch time of getting them to the final. He came back in, which he shouldn't have, and people can point to injuries. Like I said about Saka, Kane will not be the first player to play a final or any game with an injury. Came in, done what? Nothing. Just every big moment. You could talk about the top 4 games. Listen, that's not where the bread is. The bread is where the trophies are. That's where the big moments are in football. There's no argument. And whenever that's been on the line, Kane just hasn't been there, bro.
You said Jamie Vardy, career or Harry Kane?
Don't make me laugh.
Jamie Vardy. I wanted to say something. Time's running out. I wanted to say something about.
I'll sit this one out. That one out. Though I'm not even answering that one.
I was gonna say
why
Sancho.
I just don't answer.
Does Ten Hag owe Sancho an apology?
I don't think he owes him an apology. I just don't think Sancho owes him an apology.
Okay. Yeah,
I think both parties. I mean, look at it now. You'd say Man United got the worst end of the deal because of how the season has gone. But would Sancho have been performing in this United squad? Probably not.
Probably not, no.
Probably not. He weren't doing enough anyways. I backed Sancho on the Ten Hag thing because I always said, like, I feel like as a player, if you come out in public, I know managers do it all the time, but when you do it, a manager runs the risk of a player coming back at them. And the thing is, people want to point to like the Garnacho thing when he liked the tweet and how he apologised straight away, and they say, Sancho, that's all you had to do. But it's completely different. Sancho thinks Ten Hag was lying. Sancho doesn't agree with what Ten Hag said. That was the issue there. So I didn't have an issue with what Sancho done, but I think both parties, obviously it worked out well. And listen, if you ever think about apologising in life, you might want to think twice from now on.
It's true still.
Fair.
You should think twice from now on.
Lastly, we talk about Bayer Leverkusen and what they're doing.
Yeah.
Amazingly what they're doing.
What did we say off camera about where does it rank all time as a feat?
Answer that question. Where do you think it ranks all time? DB, what's your thoughts, bro?
One of the greatest achievements. I mean, I said to you, like I said, Bayer Leverkusen were founded in 1904. They have won 2 trophies in their lifetime. Bar before the trophies, obviously, they might come this season. So if they do an invincible treble, people can say Europa League, and Bayer Leverkusen weren't even top 5 favourites in any competition this season to win it. So for them to be doing what they're doing, it's one of the great. I don't know if it's the greatest. I think that's up for debate, but it's one of. I'd put it in my top 5 greatest achievements, definitely in our lifetime, anyways.
I'll be honest, Europa League ain't meaty no more like it was. Europa League gotten kind of serious.
Once you get to the knockouts,
like, if Europa League was meaty, why Liverpool?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Liverpool got knocked out by
Liverpool, Arsenal were in it. They couldn't win it when they were in it. Like United, we only won it once. We lost the final to Villarreal, so it's not. Obviously, Chelsea have had a couple times that they had success.
Every time they win it.
They've had decent runs in it, but it's not easy, man. It's not easy.
I can't lie to you, yeah. Cool. I've seen Barcelona treble twice in my lifetime. I've seen back to back Premier Leagues for City and Man United, but I think it's like a top 2 achievement to not lose a football match in every competition. That's flipping crazy, bro.
I say
you can lose to bogey teams. You can lose to a team that just has a style that matches your style, like, and to actually come out on top in every game. That's insane to me.
Yeah, I say
and win every trophy.
I say it's in my top 5.
That's mad.
Yeah. But gentlemen, it's been a great show.
Pleasure.
Obviously, gonna wrap it up now. Thank you for coming, DB, my bro. Good to see you as always, man. Love talking.
Nice to have another DB on the couch.
Yeah, 2 DBs, man. It's crazy. But, pull back up again as well, man. Have to pull back up again. Still.
Yeah, man. Obviously, season coming to an end now, but
Euros.
Yeah,
Euros
Euros outside still. But yeah,
come on, England.
DB as always, man. It's been a pleasure, my boy.
Come on.
You know the vibes.
10 hard K.
That's been the BV Sports Show. I've been Joey, as you know. To the left, DB. To our special guest, DB. Love. We'll see you again next week. Peace.